Welcome aboard to the Flights of the Phoenix. We have arrived safely in Burketown, found ourselves a tie-down point and got ourselves a lift into town and settled in at the Savannah Lodge, where we'll be based for the next 8 nights. The prospects for a wave on Thursday morning are not looking great, but we are going to take the chance to go on a reconnaissance flight, go out and have a look around, get to know the area and have a practice run at the early starts. It is a Sunday morning and our first prospect of a wave cloud today. The alarm actually went off at 3:30 this morning because our phones switched to summertime and Victorian time, even though we're in Queensland. But we're looking pretty good this morning. For the first time, we've got condensation on the wing. Don't know if you can see it there. We've got condensation on the wing. The humidity's definitely higher. Hive of activity here at this time of the morning. Everyone getting their planes ready. And we had a look on the satellite at 4:30 when we woke up, and there's a definite line coming our way. Question is what time it's going to get here. Hopefully after dawn. So we're looking good on our first potential wave day. As we climbed out, beautiful sunrise, but no sign of a glory on the horizon. We had a bit of a hang around, had a sniff. We did see a line in the smoke from some local burning off that probably was the wave itself going through, but without enough humidity, there was no condensation and the cloud didn't form. So, false start for the Sunday. So once the prospect of a morning glory is over, you get to spend the day in Burketown, which is an interesting little town. Savannah Lodge, where we're staying, down that end. The main road into town down that way. Oh, look, there's a car. And the road up the other way. The rodeo's on today. Haven't had a rodeo for a couple of years, but there's a rodeo this afternoon. We went and watched the kids' events this morning. And this afternoon, the adults get on the horses and the bulls. So that should be the most entertainment you're likely to find in Burketown once the flying's finished. Sun's rising, no clear sign of a cloud on the horizon, but we're queued up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're number 7 in the queue, with a couple more will be behind us, so getting ready. Once we were in the air and maintaining separation from all the other gliders heading out there, we headed out across the coast, and sure enough, on the horizon out over the water, there was a clear line of cloud forming across the water and heading up towards Suez Island. The closer we got to the wave, the clearer it was coming out of the mist. The sun started coming up over the horizon behind it, making a beautiful view. We gently eased in across the front of the wave, started quite high, and our first pass across we kept the motor idling. First time on a wave, we out over the water, we really didn't want to push our luck too far, so until we had Suez Island in reach, we kept the motor idling and had our first pass along the front of the wave. As we tracked up and down on the wave, it got cleaner, and when we first joined it was a bit raggly, but as it got closer to land it turned into a very smooth cloud that we were able to ride along the front of. The lower down you go, the stronger the lift. You can climb probably twice the height of the cloud where the lift isn't as strong, but if you push down in front of it and ride along in front of it, the lift gets stronger and you can track along much quicker. We got up to about 6,500 feet, and the view from there, you can see this beautiful cloud just stretching off in both directions as far as you can see. While we're riding along, the cloud itself is moving forward at about 60 kilometres an hour. You don't get much of a perception at first of the movement, but as you're riding along in front of it, you have to keep edging forward as the cloud slowly comes up behind you. It's all very gentle and relaxed and just a beautiful sight. As we rode the cloud inland, it was decreasing in size and strength. After about 2.5 hours on the wave, we decided to break off, start the motor, and head across to the Hells Gate Roadhouse, which has a nice little strip next to it. We were able to land on the strip, taxi across the road, park under a tree in the shade, and go inside for some well-earned breakfast before we pushed the plane across to the fuel bowser, filled it up with a bit of fuel, and headed back to Burketown. Phil brought along some chocolate cigars, and Kirk joined us for a celebration of our first taste of the Morning Glory cloud.